Peace, family. I'm Uncle Reem.
And I'm Sister Karima.
And this is OG Couple Reacts. My wife and I, my wife of 24 years, what we're going to do is we're going to react to various forms of media. Today, what we plan to do is react to Blind Date Love by Arletteamuli. You might remember her. She's the woman who popularized Pop the Balloon or Find Love, which has, had a lot of viral moments and things. So she has this new dating program that we want to check out and we want to start reacting to. Before we get into it, we ask that anybody who's viewing go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like, which will help us out in the algorithm. This is our first episode, and we're real excited about this. So without further ado, we about to get into it.
And welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are here today with Blind Date.
Okay, so we got a difference.
Right. So before it was like off of the appearance of the person, they was popping balloons left and right. Now it's like she got the concept. Now she's getting to the core of the people.
Yeah. So the setup now, as you can see, they have a partition between the single lady and the single man, and I don't know, that might take away one of the key, I guess, things about Pop the Balloon and Find Love.
Mm-hmm.
What made it kind of go viral, was a lot of the conflicts because people were getting their balloon popped off of their appearance
before they get a chance to even find anything out about the person.
Exactly, and
so it take away some of the what do you call it, superficial choices or
So the superficiality of the other show, right? The other show was real superficial, meaning that people will pop balloons on people, and before even giving them a chance to even say anything. And so, and what was funny to me about that was every time they popped the balloon, the first thing they say is, when she asks, what's your name, where you from, why'd you pop your balloon? They always say, the first thing out of their mouth is usually what?
They didn't like the way a person looked.
No, that ain't usually the first thing out of their mouth. First thing out of their mouth is usually they like, well, I think you're a beautiful person.
Yes.
But I didn't like that shirt. or you real handsome, you my type, but you too short.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And 90% of the time, they're saying that this person is appealing to them, but there's one small flaw, like one dude had on some pearls, and the chick was like, I don't mess around with a dude with pearls. So there's all of these little small, minuscule things that they're rejecting a whole person for.
And not getting a chance to know who these people are. The partition takes away that.
Yeah, so that partition, I think, is a really nice touch by Arlette. It makes it seem like she's real sincere in her desire to kind of match people.
To help them find true love.
As you see here, we do have our wonderful single lady next to me. I'm going to go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Sherelle. I'm 22. I'm an architectural drafter. So I came on this show today like I'm ready to find love. So I'm really excited.
Okay. Just so the guys can know a little bit more about you, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Yeah, so a lot of my spare time is usually spent with my friends or my family, but personally my own hobbies, I've recently been getting into DJing.
Okay.
I don't do it in public yet, but and that's something I like to do for fun, and going to the gym, that's just my usual go-to right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So far, what you think about the single lady?
I think that she seems like she's well rounded, and she doesn't seem to me to be. I think it seems to me that she's actually looking for someone to really mate with.
Yeah, she's young. She's successful.
Mm-hmm.
She's an architect. So that means she's educated, college grad.
Right.
She dressed really modestly.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
that's the difference from the other show too.
Right. Beautiful young sister, dressed modest.
She seemed like our daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seemed like she probably, had a good upbringing. I see a cross on her neck, so which suggests to me that she's probably in the church or,
mm-hmm.
Probably God fearing. So yeah, and so far, yeah, like she looks modest and upstanding. Of course,
Seems
she can't see the gentleman, and the fact that she would even come to a show like this, knowing that she won't be able to see her selections, that also should attest to the character of a person that would do that.
Yeah.
But so far so good. I mean, I'm already impressed by just the the I don't know what the word I'm looking for. The aesthetics of the show right now.
Yeah, that's the word.
So let's continue. Let's continue. I don't know if our Let's Hold are going to tell them to be modest now.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Pop the Balloon, I think there was only one engagement out of that show.
They actually, yeah.
Yeah, so there was only like one engagement out of that show. She probably, and I'm pretty sure that would be disappointing if your objective is to try to, get people to find love. So
I think in the other show she was looking to find a match. In this show, she's actually, I think that couple who found love and wanted to transcend that to marriage, maybe that's the reason why she changed the format of her show.
Right, it looked like she's improving upon it.
Like she's really trying to help them find love.
Right, for real.
We do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
Absolutely.
And we do see here you have a
to
set of
see what they
questions.
say.
I do.
And we're going to go through each round. You're going to ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them. And after each round, I'm going to have you eliminate a guy until we are down to your match.
Okay,
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Guys,
So
are we
excited.
ready? Are we ready over there?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay, they don't sound ready to me, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you start with your first
Yeah,
question.
so my first question is like, can you state like a fun fact about yourself or just like anything like, to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rich. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be being involved with kids. I love the community. So that's something that I'm most definitely interested in. Just being able to connect with children and to provide resources to people that are less fortunate.
Okay, yeah, that's really sweet.
Contestant number 2.
I'm contestant number 2. I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew. Taught myself how to do a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
And now for contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, my name is James. What I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business. Been doing that for about 1.5 years, and I really enjoy it.
Okay, so she asked them for a fun fact about themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, fun fact. A fun fact, I think, is just like an interesting tidbit about your life. Like, for instance, one fun fact about me. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds. That's a fun fact, right? That's an interesting tidbit. A fun fact about my wife. She likes to design things, right?
You're right.
So that's a fun fact. I think they're confusing it with what they actually do. I guess the first guy, he did give a fun fact. I don't know if you could say that's fun, but I guess
He likes to work with the
I
children.
like to help and work with children.
That's a fun fact.
I guess that's a fun fact. It sounds off. It
But
sounds
the
off.
second guy did too. He said,
I like to make clothes. Yeah, I taught myself
how to sew.
how to sew. That's
Right.
that's a fun fact. Now all the extra stuff he's saying,
He's selling himself.
it's probably not, but I teach himself how to sew. That is a fun fact.
Right.
And the third one just said what I like to do. Like it's like he completely just lost
The question.
The question, you know what I mean? So I guess listening is real important in these instances.
Contestant number 4.
Okay.
Contestant number 4, my name is Tavier. I love to make music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And contestant number 5.
Didn't she say she liked to make music?
Yeah. She said she like to DJ. She been DJing
But privately.
and that man jumped on music. Yeah, I like to make music, all things music. Yeah, you putting the G down early. But I don't know. Maybe he do like to make music. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah, or he already starting the finesse,
cater into what she likes to do.
Putting the finesse game down early.
Let's see.
My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water and ice store.
Now he's
that's a flex.
Yeah. So he did a fun fact and a flex.
Okay. Right.
He did a fun fact.
Nice
he started.
Yeah,
he just flexed. It sounded like he's
telling
telling her what she want to hear, and he told her what a fun fact is, and then he did a flex.
Then he flex, yeah. I guess with these answers, I guess they got a short window of time.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
To make an impression. I think they can be like how politicians are when a politician answers a question.
Because she's hearing that.
Right. They might directly answer the question or in a roundabout way answer the question whilst they tell the candidates what their
facts about
what their policies are and stuff like that. So I think they could use the same technique. Mm-hmm. That way they can impress upon her mind some of the things that other things about themselves other than just the questions themselves. So I guess that's the smart strategy.
Yeah.
If you got to compete with other people
in a short window of time.
Yeah, and men, we gonna flex anyway. That's just how it go. Especially when competing for a woman. So
definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated, and do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Okay, we're jumping right on in.
Yeah.
Let's start with contestant number 1.
Here's, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship. But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of want to give in to that in a sense. But it's like, if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be nobody else.
Yeah. So he's suggesting that there's different forms of cheating, right?
That's what it sounds like.
I guess there are, communicating with other people, things of that nature, outside of your spouse or your significant other, and not just communication, because you might have to communicate for like work or whatever, but communications that shouldn't be,
I think that what he's saying is, like if you make up in your mind to talk to someone else, that could be considered a form of cheating.
Right, depending on the depth.
Even without doing the act.
Right, but depending on like the depth, the type of conversation, the person, if there's an attraction between you and that person, yeah, so that can be construed as a form of cheating, right? Mm-hmm. And he's saying that he wouldn't necessarily get upset about that, but he feels that if you with him, you shouldn't have time for that. That's what he's saying.
I thought he said he considered himself a great man, so he wouldn't fall into that trap.
Right. Yeah, he did say that, but he did further state that, if you with him, you shouldn't have time for that. So yeah, but I mean, it don't have nothing to do with you being a great man. No, it's just, have everything to do with
maybe he meant the way he see himself is like,
right. He's securing himself, so he won't necessarily be envious like that or jealous. Mm-hmm. But he's saying on the flip side, you shouldn't be disrespectful like that, because if you just with him anyway, but he ain't gonna necessarily be worried about nothing like that, because he feel like what he brings to the table, you're not gonna want to do that. Mm-hmm. That's what I kind of get from it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's good that he was honest. He said when he was younger he cheated, because when you're young and you still got growing, right? You got a lot of development to do. That's what you do. But when you get older and you start understanding and you start getting more serious about life, then the consequences of that, and you respect cause and effect, so you ain't gonna do that.
Right.
So.
Okay, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, no, I never cheated, and it's definitely a deal breaker with me. Like, I don't share.
All right, and contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, yes, I have cheated. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I feel like it depends on the relationship, working on it, getting through it together, and just growing. And if you guys got to go your separate ways, or move forward with it together, then that's what you got to do.
Okay.
Okay, so how I feel about his answer. His answer was the wrong answer for somebody that you just finna get into a relationship with, like, like we go together type thing. you know what I mean, like just a steady relationship with. I think it's the wrong answer on that page because there's no commitments. You ain't been with this person no time. You haven't made any commitments. You haven't built anything over a course of years and things like that. I think that at the end of the day, it's up to the individual whether that's going to be a deal breaker. I think that in marriage, when you give your vows and stuff like that, you essentially giving your word, to be with the person for the rest of your life, in sickness and in health, for good or for bad, whether rich or poor, to death do you part. That's something you giving your word to. So if you giving your word, then it would stand a reason that some people may consider it not a deal breaker. But again, it's up to the individual whether they consider it a deal breaker or not. Like we've had this discussion with each other before, and I would wonder like if that ever happened between us, and then of course, God forbid that that it wouldn't happen, but I would want to have the emotional maturity, and I don't even want to term it like that because again, that's that's the worst offense a person can make against their spouse, and however the spouse react to that, is they right to react to that way. For instance, like if I was cheated on and I was emotionally driven and be like, I can't deal with it, you gotta go. That would be my right, and vice versa, But that still would be me going back on the word that I gave in my vows, So I would hope that I personally would have that strength to try to get to the bottom of the behavior and maybe continue to work through it. But at the end of the day, that's super strength right there. Like that's like rising above emotions, and that's something that most of us can't do. And I don't know if I had a capacity to do it. I would just pray that I did. You follow me? So
but I appreciate his honesty.
So his answer, it could have been verbalized differently.
Yeah, like he could have said, "I've cheated before, but I've grown, and that's not something I do now." Something like to that effect. If that's his truth,
right? But him saying that is not a deal breaker, because that's essentially, he didn't say I cheat now.
True.
He said it's not a deal breaker. You get me? And at a certain level, it need to be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because if a person, show you how they are, believe them, right?
Yeah.
But on a certain level, like after you marrying somebody, then that kind of changes it up a bit. I mean, it still don't mean that it shouldn't be a deal breaker, but it does mean that whatever your vows was, that take precedence over anything you personally hold. And you got to be willing to fight to keep your marriage. That's how, like I was just talking to one of my aunties, about my grandfather. And, we ain't know about her all my life. You follow me? Outside of my other aunties and uncles and mother and so forth. And my grandparents stayed married for how long? About 60 years. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of this going on in the black community. And, they knew how to fight for their marriage and keep their thing together. And make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Things like that. And that might be what he was referring to. But that ain't something that you vocalize to somebody you just meeting. Like that's something like after you become committed to somebody and put some years in, then you could have those discussions. You know what I mean? And again, this is just me looking theoretically at the matter and just understanding that that's how a lot of our grandparents and how they did things, And of course these are young people, and then, a lot is different with them. But that's just what I think his aim was. But you can tell by her reaction.
You can see it in her face.
Yeah,
that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker for her. Like that.
It's a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't handle someone cheating or being with someone and always being afraid that they're going to cheat on them.
Facts. And she taking it as an immediate red flag, I believe, because I mean, just looking at how
just the way he delivered it, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
Contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4. Honestly speaking, I don't understand the reason to cheat because, for me, I get in relationships because I, aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that. But, and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you've cheated once, you're probably going to do it again. So.
She agrees.
Okay. And contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5. Personally, I've never cheated. I do think it's a deal breaker because I feel like it's a choice. If you chose to make that decision, step out on me, you willingly and consciously made that decision. So you weren't thinking about me or how I would feel.
Right.
So personally, it's a deal breaker for me because if it were me, I would just leave personally.
Right.
Okay.
Stop a chapter before you start.
All right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round, and then we're gonna go ahead and.
So my last question for this round is: how open are you to therapy and issues related to mental health in men?
She has good.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say she has good questions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she asking some real good questions. That's another way you can tell that she's serious about what she's doing because she asking some really, really good questions.
She's taking them to court,
and she's straight to it. First thing she asks is about how they feel about cheating. You know what I mean? Have you ever cheated? Yeah, that's get it. Nip it in the bud right away. Now she asking how they feel about therapy. That's that. See, she looking for somebody that's emotionally mature.
Yeah.
And, and just mature. Period. And for her to just be 22, that's.
Let's switch it up. Let's do contestant number 5 first.
Ooh, contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I mean, I'm always open to. I'm kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons. It's not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely down for it.
Okay, contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody. And personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that, I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I, feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
wait a minute. Therapy is important to her.
Right.
He needed therapy.
Right.
But he didn't go get it.
He didn't seek it.
So he should be a red flag for her.
Right away.
The one that cheated and the one that's not willing to do therapy.
Right. He said therapy is very important for everybody, but I needed therapy and I didn't go seek it. See, my initial question would be then, what did you need therapy for, sir?
Yes. If she's taking him to court, that's what she wanted to know.
And why wasn't it treated?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean?
Will that come up in a relationship between me and you?
What did you need therapy for? Why wasn't it treated?
That's like a half truth from him.
That should have been
like
instant red flag.
If she says she believes that mental health and therapy is important, and he's because he's telling her what she want to hear because he said I think it's important, but I ain't do it.
Right, essentially. Yeah.
I'm looking at her body language.
Contestant number 3. I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it, but I'd rather just communicate and see where it is with it.
He cheats, and he's not open to therapy.
Contestant 2.
He didn't say he cheated.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say he cheated, though. He just said that he didn't think cheating should be a red flag. That people should work through it. This is what he's saying. Our generation didn't want nobody in their business.
Right.
But these youngins, it's a whole lot of research, and it's just a lot has progressed since then, where people are more open to receiving therapy, and it's not seen as you crazy or something like that.
Right.
It's just seen as necessary now, and most of us got issues. Some of us got PTSD, things going on internally that need to get addressed. So mental health has become a really important thing, and it's just for you to say you wouldn't get therapy. That's kind of weird nowadays.
Say I'm open to it. I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so yeah, it's definitely helped me out. So I wouldn't mind going. Like if I had a problem, wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
Okay, and number 1.
Contestant number 1, I say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, Black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
That's dope.
All right. I know you heard a lot.
I did hear a lot.
So unfortunately, it is time where we do have to eliminate someone from, our lineup of men.
Yeah.
Who's she gonna eliminate?
3.
She gonna eliminate number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
The 5 different guys we've heard, whose answers weren't you really resonating with?
I think for me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
Reasons is the cheating, and I don't think that's something in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. I'm sorry.
Like backpedal from, recover
I
from,
just
I guess.
don't think that's something you can necessarily work through. So yeah, that's my reasoning. And
Okay, so we're eliminating contestant number 3.
contestant number 3
Okay,
is...
contestant number 3, let's have you come on out.
Could he possibly? Did he want to get eliminated? Because it's like
He didn't even say nothing to her.
You want to go right on over there?
Oh.
All right. So if you want to remind us of your name again?
James.
James. Okay. So James, she ended up eliminating you because of, the cheating thing and all of that. If you want to kind of elaborate on what you stated a little bit more, or do you understand where she's coming from
I
as
understand
well?
where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, it depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you for
it.
your time.
Nice to meet you as well.
Okay, that was our first elimination.
That was our first elimination.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with their
Okay,
first
I
question.
think that was on point because at the end of the day,
First question for the
you
second.
gotta, you can't see a person, so you gotta go with your gut.
Yeah.
On the situation, but and you just
Do
gotta.
you want to deal with someone
right
who has a history of cheating
Right.
and doesn't want to go through therapy?
right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's just drama, toxic behavior you don't want to deal with.
potentially yeah.
Potential toxic behavior.
Potential toxicity.
And for you guys is, do you prefer a partner that's more similar to you or different?
Good
Okay,
question.
let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, I would say it kind of depends. I feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences. Then I would be comfortable with learning what you like, and then you learning what I like, and then we do it together.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of, just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But on the other hand, we would definitely share some of the same things as well because, if we're going to be working on something or a relationship, we're obviously going to have some of the same interests. But it's kind of going to go both ways.
All right, and contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I'll just say, pretty similar to these guys. It does really depend. For me, I find like the more you're similar with somebody, the more, you can connect with them. So for me, I like to make music and do all things music related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals, do fun things, you know what I mean? And if you're not into that, it might just, it might hinder, our relationship just slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So
He's so vague with his
number 5.
answers.
yeah. Hey, bro, funny, man. He funny. First off, man.
He loves all things music.
Hey, he kind of benefiting from it not being like an immediate pop situation because my man's got
How
on,
he dressed.
Hey, the threads is bugged out, man. The big old cuts in his knees and them he got on a pair of Starburys. and a herringbone.
Don't forget about the fake.
I was talking about the herringbone, man. Is that real?
It doesn't look real to me. It looks like those hollow ones.
Yeah, he got on a hollow herringbone. I don't know.
And he the only one that hasn't said what he does for a living.
Right. He ain't said nothing about what he does. It's just everything's vague and
he ain't flexed yet.
And like he's looking for the answer. like he's grasping at answers. Mm. You know, throwing things against the wall, but that's kind of funny to me. Hey, you run a game though, because I mean I'm looking at how she reacting to
it. Contest number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do like having differences. I feel like me personally, I like to hear like a different side of a story or a different view. Especially me, I'm very used to kind of hearing people being the same idea. So I like hearing that, that other perspective on it, personally. But yeah.
All right, good responses. Yeah. Let's hit him with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is, what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Good man. She asked. She owned it though. She asked some
good questions. Let's start with number 2.
All right, contestant number 2. I would say what makes me different is I'm pretty hands-on, and you don't have to tell me stuff. Like I pay attention to detail. And then, like, my background and, just things that I've been through, as far as, like, growing up around women. I was brought up around women. So, like, I just kind of, I have more of a caring side. I'm not just, like, out here just, with no feelings or, like, I actually think about my actions and stuff. And
that's good.
I'm the type, like, I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me because, like, I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind as far as like how I'm moving too, so I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do to me, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think when he said once I feel a certain way about you, ain't no coming back, that's not necessarily a good thing, because
that goes back to some people can handle emotionally can handle some things, and some things certain people can't handle.
Because I mean, everybody is gonna have stuff about them that's gonna be difficult to deal with. That's just nature of human beings. Even somebody you're compatible with, there's gonna be things about them that's difficult. Because there's things about me that's difficult, right? Tell the truth, shame the devil. There's things about everybody that your significant other is going to find difficult to deal with. And part of, longevity, understanding how to have longevity in a relationship and even to marriage is understanding your weaknesses and what complements those weaknesses and how to work together to overcome and to move forward, because you're building a life with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And that's a whole human being that have their own unique experiences. So to come into a relationship saying that if you feel a way about a person, then it ain't no coming back from that, then that could be a red flag right there, because it's like, then I'm gonna be wasting my time even getting with you, because I can never avoid having you feel a way about me at some point, because I'm gonna make a mistake, you're gonna make a mistake, we're gonna have disagreements, and so that's something that we gotta, remember,
I think it's the severity of the mistake is what I think he's talking about.
Right. Yeah. He said fell away, but then even then that's a little vague. You gotta specify what you mean. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Depending on how severe the mistake, yeah, that makes sense. Because there's some things that ain't no coming back from, but you gotta, specify that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Other than that, I like this answer.
Number 5.
What sets me aside, I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experiences, my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. Obviously, consideration to like who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower, and I make my own way, my own motion. So
like he just corrected himself. You know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it.
Can't do that.
But it would consider. No, he just said, but with consideration of the person I'm with, you get what I'm saying. See, he said something that could have been a red flag, but he followed it up by, with consideration of the person I'm with.
Right.
He ain't just say some old. You got to be clear, and the answer, the question she asking. She paying attention.
Yeah.
Or at least she should be.
I messed up. That's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like, I don't know. Open my own 2 businesses by myself. I bought my dream car at 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. Yeah. So I'm not really into like the other limelight or anything like that.
So he just said I'm accountable. I'm industrious. I'm enterprising. He answered a question, then he flexed some to let her know what he's doing for a living, and they all doing that, and as they should.
Except for
the
flame, the guy with the flames on his shirt.
With my man with the Family Dollar outfit on.
Okay, and number 4.
I don't like men.
Contestant number 4. Like ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage. To be real, somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with. So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you don't like. And hopefully, the connection builds and builds and builds so we, can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. So.
Okay, yeah. And contestant number 1.
Did he say what set him aside from other people?
He did not. And he still ain't said what he does for a living.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't, but to be fair, she haven't asked what he does for a living, but. What? Go ahead, say what you say.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I'm in competition with all these other dudes that's in here, and they've all said what they do for a living, in essence, if I want to set myself apart from them, I'm gonna let her know how she can build with me.
That makes sense. What y'all think? Let us know in the comments. Do y'all think that the brother right there, the young brother with the LA hat, that he's being a little too vague, and it seemed like he kind of finessing?
Flowering the answers.
Yeah, flowering the answers. Like I'm seeking marriage.
That's what she wanted to hear. She's here for love.
It seems like everything he's saying is what the person want to hear. I guess you in the competition, so I guess any no holds barred. And, however you do it, you do it. Do your thing. But yeah. I mean, as men do, we kind of competitive as men.
That's what I'm saying.
So. And do you think a man would sit there and listen to other men, talk about what they do, what their job is, what they bring to the table, and not eventually veer towards that themselves? I don't know. He might do it eventually, but I'm just saying.
So far, all I'm hearing from him is he like to go to music festivals.
Yeah.
And have fun, lots of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's kind of a romantic.
And I'm a working woman, if I'm her.
Right.
I'm a working woman. What this is what I'm bringing to the table. Right. She look how classy she looks.
Yeah. She classy.
She looks like she's looking for someone to build with.
Yes.
I hope she make the right choice.
Contestant number 1. I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
Okay.
I like his answer.
All right, let's do
if she's really there for marriage.
Okay, so
he kept saying we.
Another question I want to know from you guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
Okay.
Let's start with
contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just kind of people who do me wrong, to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Yeah. Now, brothers.
I get that though.
No, I don't get it.
What I'm saying is,
No,
I get
no. That's
usury.
No, that's
Because you
not
care about
usury.
someone so much.
You mean people using you? You mean? Cause
Yeah,
you,
using him.
See, usury is
Yeah, like people using him because of his heart. Like they know he gonna help. They know he gonna.
But she asked
put
for
himself out.
She
there.
asked for your personal flaw,
So
or
that
red
means
flag. No, but that's a cop out answer. My heart. my heart. I love people so much that it's a red flag.
I think giving of himself too much. He work in the community.
No. Yes, I'm just working with a community, and I just have this heart that loves so strongly that it's a red flag. Man, no, man. You got. It
is an easy non-answer.
Yeah, it's an easy non-answer, man. Because it's like, okay, what can I say that'll give a red flag without giving a real red flag that a person will, understand, because I'm gonna let me just blame my heart or blame my emotions and it's really other people that that do bad things to me. You get what I'm saying?
Allow himself to be put in a position
so
where he always is getting taken advantage of.
Right, because if you're allowing yourself to always get taken advantage of, you can't blame your heart for that, my buddy. That's indecisiveness. that's bad decision making. So call it what it is. Well, I'm a bad decision maker. You get me? That doesn't sound as good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or I'm gullible. or something like that. But instead of saying, oh, my heart, to me, that just was an easy way. To me, that would be, saying that would be a red flag because it was like, okay, this man don't have no accountability.
Okay.
My heart. Be able to mention your red flags. My red flag is I procrastinate. If that's your red flag, mention it. Whatever your red flag is, don't be scared to mention it. Because at the end of the day, we all human beings. We all got strengths and weaknesses. And ultimately, if a woman don't choose you, then she wouldn't meant to compliment whatever your weakness was. You gotta know what you need. A woman can't know what she need if you're not being honest with her about what your red flags are.
That's true.
And vice versa. So so don't ever say that, my heart. Even if you think it's your heart, find a real way to say it. Sometimes I have difficulty making judgments about people.
Or I have hard times when I see someone in need saying no.
Right.
When I know it's going to put me in a bad place.
Exactly. And see that that puts a question of decisiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to cater to somebody's emotions. Because that's essentially what that's doing. And to me, like I said, it's avoiding really talking about what your problem is.
Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing. Kind of like just my heart for real. Like I be just too caring and like I look past a lot of stuff. I give way too many second chances, and like
translation. I'm a simp.
For my people. So if I mess with you, I'm gonna give you 1,000 chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done. So
that goes back to what he said though.
Right there.
When he said before,
Number
if
4.
I feel some type of way about you,
I'm not trying to steal their answers or anything, but honestly, it is my heart because I feel like I'm a very nice person sometimes, and then that kind of comes off. And
this the same dude.
Yeah. Do we see a pattern?
It's an easy non-answer.
Yeah, it's an easy non-answer. That's why 3 people in a row said it. And yeah.
Maybe contestant number 5 won't let us down.
It's my heart. I love so much and so hard.
Some people can love so hard to a flaw.
Yeah. So I just try to avoid doing that. You know what I mean? Because whoever I'm dating or pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with. So I don't want anything else to come in between that.
Game, pimpin'.
So yeah, I'll just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family
pimpin',
is. It's how I grew up.
I know who I think she
can't help it, but I'm working on it.
I'm leaning toward 2 that I think she should choose.
Number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me, it's probably going to be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like, get my way and meet myself into a room. I feel like that especially for if I'm gonna be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like I'm not like a quiet person, so I am gonna be out networking. I feel like they just have to be strong enough and have enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like it just needs to be respected. Like if I'm moving a certain way and I'm trying to do certain things, I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Now that was the best answer out of that. Because he actually gave a potential answer to the question. Let her know that is a potential red flag. That he communicated a lot. He networked a lot. It may be construed as he's potentially a cheater
or a
flirter. But he's saying that I talk a lot. And me talking a lot has gotten me into rooms that I wouldn't have gotten into if I didn't communicate like I'm communicating. And that's a real concern for a prospective woman, and that offers her the opportunity to say, you know what, that's something I don't want to deal with.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. None of what they said presented her anything unique.
No.
That's individual. You follow what I'm saying?
At this point in the game, number 1 is complimentary to what she's doing.
Right.
And number 5 is complimentary to what she's doing.
I think so too.
And out of the 2 in the center, she should let number 4 go.
That's what I think. That's what I believe as well.
Because this dude, he's been in the military and he's an entrepreneur. He taught himself how to sew. So, but you could say, what else is he doing? Right. He's not. I mean, designing he's doing the thing that it seems like he loves to do.
How successful is it though?
How successful is it, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
And can she build with him?
Right.
If she's looking for marriage.
Right. Yeah. So let's see.
Okay. All right, guys. That was round 2.
It's round 2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Yeah. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
I'm leaning towards contestant number 1.
The community activist.
I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my reasoning today.
Okay. All right.
Well. Okay, so why ask all of those really good questions and eliminate somebody based on an initial draw to him?
True.
You get what I mean? Like, you're asking these really good, tough questions, detailed questions, and then you're eliminating someone
who has answered the question.
Right, not based on an answer, but based on a vibe, pretty much. My initial draw to him, that's a vibe. It's not like you can see him physically, so you don't know how he looked.
Right. And then the answers that he gave.
Right.
They were answers.
So you're getting...
Number 4 hasn't given an answer.
So apparently... she's 22 years old, not saying that, age... I guess affects your intellect, but they do say, your brain is not done developing into a certain age. So I don't know, but maybe she got something.
She's not being drawn to him because he sounds more experienced in life than she is.
Right, because because he sounds
like an older, mature dude.
Yeah. He sounds more experienced, like he done lived a little life.
So does number 5.
Yeah. Like, out of, I say number 1 and number 5, they got the most maturely developed understanding.
Like they're on the path to success.
The other guys seem like they haven't even ever been in a real serious relationship before. They kind of seem...
Well, number 3, is that number 3?
Yeah.
No, number 2. Number 2, he has seen some of the world. He's been in the military.
He's been in the military, but then, like I said...
But what has he done since he got out? That's the thing.
It seemed kind of high school-y in terms of, relationship understanding. But number 4 more so than number 2, though,
I would like to hear more of number 2's answers.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like a solid stand-up dude, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He seemed solid. He had some good answers. You get what I'm saying? He seemed like a stand-up guy. But eliminating 1, though, that's kind of... Eliminating 1 is crazy out of the 4, but, And not just eliminate number 1.
To me, it's a misstep. And that's maybe because we can see them, but what she has to go on is.
But it ain't got nothing to do with what they look like. For me, it got something to do with their answers. I ain't looking at these dudes.
Again, they sound like they on the path to success. Number 1 and number 5.
And truth be told, like they all handsome young men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are all handsome young men. You follow what I'm saying?
They're not ugly, no.
Yeah, so I think, like I said, should I have said no Diddy or something? But anyway, the man she chose to eliminate, I don't think she should have eliminated. Yeah, she probably should have got number 4 out there. But anyway, let's continue.
I'm going to have you stand on over there, and let's go ahead and bring out contestant number 1. Hello. You can remind us of your name again?
Rich. They look nice
Rich, okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses.
I think she
How do you feel?
Look at her face, though.
Look at that energy.
She like him.
She like Will Smith with us. Damn it, Fred.
Absolutely. Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh no?
No, I think I was just kind of leaning more towards other responses versus his. So obviously, I don't want to waste your time if I'm not getting that initial impression or spark. So that's my reasoning today.
She getting sparks now.
Initial impression or spark.
But look at how she looking at him.
But
she messed up.
If there is a partition, and you're asking questions, and you're making a data-driven decision, why throw emotions into it?
I get you.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's set up for a data-driven choice, and you're making an emotional choice. Right. So it's like you kind of undermining your whole reasoning for doing
a game plan.
Yeah, you're undermining your reason for coming on this particular show. You might as well just came on Pop the Balloon. If you're gonna just make an emotionally driven choice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Rich. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so we are now left with contestant number 2, 4, and 5. Yeah. Okay, we're down to our 3 remaining guys. Let's go ahead and go on to round 3.
My first question for you guys will be what is your favorite pastime?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 2.
About them.
My favorite pastime would be working on my businesses. So I own a clothing line, so I like to make clothes. I make a lot of clothes from scratch. I like to think of a lot of new designs for upcoming seasons and stuff I want to drop. I also breed French Bulldogs, so I be with my dogs a lot. Or, I do trucking as well, so I own a trucking company, so I like to take a drive. I'll take a drive at night and pretty much just get out, see the scenery.
That's a pastime. That's like a hobby, right?
Designing can be a hobby.
Yeah, designing can be a hobby. Breeding French Bulldogs is a hobby.
Yeah.
Trucking, that's a job.
That's a flex. So he gave her 2 answers and a flex.
Yeah, so he did answer the question. He did say, breeding the French Bulldogs and designing. So he got the answers and he got the flex.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
I got a couple hustles.
So he's not just designing clothes. See, initially I thought he was just, he came from the Army and now he's designing clothes.
Right.
So he's doing something he loves to do.
Yeah. And
his businesses are centered around that.
And he got some money. He can take care of the young lady. You know what I mean?
The only issue she might have is if he's a truck driver, unless he has other people doing the driving for him, he's going to be gone a lot.
Yeah. Depending on if he's over the road. It seems like he must be local because he's able to have time to
design and do his and breed his dogs and things like that. Yeah.
So he's probably not over the road.
Maybe he owns the trucking company and someone else drives for him. So
potentially.
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
Relax, just enjoy my time, peaceful time. I kind of like to, just be in my own little area, just, doing my own thing, not too much going out or anything. I like to, find activities or something or, really just work on myself for real. If I'm on a fast time, I at least want to.
Something I noticed about all these young men, though? None of them said type shit.
Yeah. They well spoken.
None of them like, yeah, type shit. None of them said that. They all well spoken.
That was from the other pop
Right.
the balloon. So see, that was just a date kind of dating kind of scene.
If he said if he or she says type shit is a red flag.
Work on myself and go ahead further, continue chasing my goals and get into where I want to go.
Okay, thank you.
Let's
hear from contestant number 4.
Yes.
I would say my favorite pastime is traveling. I really, really, really love to travel. Because there's so much beauty in traveling. Get to meet new people, network, try new cuisines and all that different kind of stuff. And I like to do a lot of adrenaline rushing things while I'm traveling, or while I'm at home too. But I would just say overall, I really love to travel and go see new things, different things, because the world is so
He's saying
big,
everything. He hitting
so
right
many
notes on
people in the world,
everything.
so it's like, why not experience it? And
I mean, that's good.
learn it for yourself,
if you
and
got
it
the
also
money to
opens
do
your
that.
mind to new
But most
things,
people who
new
have a
people,
job,
how
who
they
are down a
act
job,
versus how you act, because a
If
lot of
they,
us can be
you know,
very, very
unless they
limited
self-employed,
to
can't do
our
all that stuff
current
he's talking
situations or
about.
environments.
But she feeling them.
And
Look at her.
that's one thing I dislike, is to just have a one-sided mind. I like to be open to all people, understand all people. So traveling helps me open up and learn new things, see new things, taste new things, do new things, all the above.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And let's hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5. I do love the gym. I feel like that's like the greatest outlet in the world. I feel like we deal with all types of problems every day in our lives. I just feel like we all need to have a good positive outlet. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to my car. I love my car. I bought a Hellcat. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I do like contestant number 4 said, traveling. Traveling is great. It's nice to see the world, especially for how big it is. Especially when you live like in a local area and you haven't really been out, you don't understand how big the world is. Like when I went to Paris, opened my mind. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like this world is a real thing. So definitely the gym, my car, and traveling for sure. Pastime.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of them
I
gave
definitely
good
felt
answers
them on
on
the
that.
traveling part as well.
Yeah, those was all
Me
good
myself, I've been to 26 countries.
She's a
So
traveler. So that's
I
gonna
completely
X
understand.
out
I think
number
it
2.
definitely opens
'cause
your
she's a
mind to
traveler.
new worlds and just gets
These
yourself
two,
out of that
number 5
bubble
and 4
of
and 5, they
living
travel.
here in the
The
US.
other dude doesn't.
So yeah, that's
Or
really
at least he
great to
didn't
hear.
state that he traveled.
My next question for you guys though is
And
if
in
you
fact, he's expressed doing so much, like doing his clothing line and his trucking company. He got all of the stuff going on. You know what I mean? And maybe she wants somebody that got time for her.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
important.
It's important, but
I'm saying if
sisters,
that's her love language, travel is quality time, then that would be important to her.
Right. Sisters, if you want a successful man, you want a busy man. If you want a successful man, you want a busy man.
You're gonna have to be gone some of the time.
Yes, unless he's just making $300-400K a year, and able to just work less than 40, or he already got several businesses and residual income.
Or if he's set up before he marries you.
If he's set up already before he marries you, and he got everything he need already, leading up to that, he's gonna have to be a busy man. I'm not a big fan of Captain Samuels, rest in peace. But one thing he said that made a lot of sense when he talked about quote unquote high value men. I don't like using that verbiage to refer to men that's worth a certain value or worth a lot of money, because I think value could also be based in personality. But he's strictly based value on 6 figures up or more. But he advises brothers, to work as many hours as you can to increase your value. You follow what I mean? And I don't necessarily disagree with that. And then if your man is doing that, like, he trying to be able to afford the stuff you want and to be able to travel and all that type of stuff you want to do. And if you want a man that's like that, then you gonna have a busy man for some years, and you got to be able to commit to that. Unless you just want to find you a man that's like that already, which is a much lesser percentage. So the odds are more against you landed a man like that. Not saying that it's impossible, but you know, it all depends on you. And this sister here, you know, she's 22. She didn't say she had children. I don't believe she has children.
It didn't sound like
right. She's a beautiful sister. She's gainfully employed. She's actually can have a high value man. Like she would have her pick of the litter when it comes to what Kevin Samuels considers high value men. You follow what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, just in general though, you know, if you want a man that's successful, you want a man that's busy, and you got to be willing to accept that. You know,
as long as you guys are working toward a common goal.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Of course.
Not just somebody that's always gone.
Right.
Take me anywhere on a first date. Where would you choose and why?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like doing things that build core memories for us. So, I know how to cook, so I'd like to cook for you. You know, take you home. You know, we can go to the movies, do whatever activity we both enjoy doing together.
Okay, so did she just say a first date?
Yeah.
So I want to take you to the crib, cook and smash on the first date. You want to cook for? Hey, bro, you want to cook?
And she still don't know what he does for a living.
Yeah, you want to cook for the first date, bro? You ain't even told her what you do for a living, man. That's funny, man.
That's
talking about building core memories with somebody you don't know yet. The first date, the build core memories. I mean, the first date itself will build a core memory, regardless of what it is you do.
And who's gonna go? I mean, not everybody's gonna go home with somebody on the first date.
Yeah, he talking that talk though. You gotta give it to a young blood.
I don't even know you.
But apart from that, you know, if that's not something that's in the picture,
first date should be no pressure date.
A fancy dinner because we gotta pop out because you know we that couple. But other than that,
she's feeling it though. Look at her body language.
You know, picnic in the park is cool too. You know, I can cook some food. We can go to the park. You know, enjoy that. Watch the sunset. You know, nature. All that good stuff. So
he said that he's a romantic. He's putting the romantic stuff out there.
Yeah.
And you know, some sisters is a sucker for that stuff. You know what I mean?
Not a sucker.
He finessing. He finessing. He say I'm gonna cook you something. Ooh, or he could cook.
And he likes music like
me. He like music like me.
Festivals and
he gonna take me to a fancy
dinner.
Gonna
travel.
We gonna eat at a picnic in the park and watch the sunset.
Or Netflix and chill.
Yeah, you know. He landed on that old
thick.
Landed on that thick. It looked like it's being effective too, judging
by
how her body language is.
She switched from the detective for love to she's being swayed by him.
She open. Yeah. Hey, young blood got the G.
I'll just say anything that's really building core memories. Whoever I'm getting to know, I want to know what you like. So by the time we're doing these dates and things like that, I will already have like a mental picture of what's gonna make you smile, what's gonna make you laugh, and all that stuff. So,
okay, all right. Let's go ahead and hear from contestant number 5.
For a first date, I thought fun, especially if I don't know you, you don't know me. We need to meet on a neutral ground.
See?
So I would probably find like a little cool speakeasy, trying to show you a little something different, you know, a little hole in the wall type of vibe.
Like we
yeah, I like them speakeasies. There's a few of them out here.
Is a speakeasy the same thing as a
definitely probably
club?
There?
Yeah, so a speakeasy could be like it's like an unconventional place. A lot of like in Chicago, you know, where we from. A lot of the places where a lot of the yuppies hung out, you know, a lot of those areas, you know, speakeasies is usually in them gentrified areas and stuff like that. You know, little decent, like I said, hole in the wall spots. Like when we went to the comedy show Neo Futurarium.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They like that's
like Jazz and Java.
Yeah, the Jazz and Java. Yeah, going to watch poetry sets or things like that.
No pressure.
Yeah, it's no pressure.
You get to know the person.
You get to know each other. Yeah. So those are speakeasies, you know, and those are good. And those are usually fun places to go too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could, and like he said, you can build core memories off of that because that's something that most people ain't gonna take you to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It was a first for me.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah. So, and at the end of the day, a first date, you know, you want opportunities to communicate.
Right.
You get what I'm saying, and you don't want when you just starting to get into a relationship or you courting, you don't want to lay on the romance too soon because it can undermine your objectivity.
Mm-hmm.
And objectivity is important when you're making the decision.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as you can see, her objectivity seems like it's already undermined and they haven't even gotten out of the question phase. You know? So let's see what's going on.
A restaurant, something. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go the speakeasy route and get a little snack.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. And
It
contestant
sound like
number
a good
one.
first
Sorry,
date.
contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, it would kind of just depend, you know, once we started texting and I kind of felt the vibe, kind of see which way I would more lean towards. But I would say something like outdoors, you know, like something cool, like cool vibe, something not too, you know, nothing like no club or nothing, or you know, just something that we could both at least have a conversation at and, you know, like enjoy the vibe and, you know, see some scenery or something. You know, might go somewhere. It might be a little something fun at the end of the night, like, you know, like some arcade type vibe or some type of
Same
activity or
thing.
something that, you know,
Sound
we
like the
could
same
just
thing the first person
chill
said.
out, hang out,
No,
nothing
but
too much
it's
high pressure,
but
nothing,
no
something
pressure.
relaxed,
Right.
you know,
No
so we
pressure.
can actually get to know each other and it's
I
not,
don't
you
have to
know,
worry
so
about him
so
trying
much pressure and
to
so
what you
tense,
call
you know, just
smash
come
me
and
all
have fun
night.
and, you know, just really feel each other out.
He's creating opportunities
Right.
for us to talk and get
Right.
to know each other,
Right. And
which is important.
right, and both heads and the other guys had a real like practical date choice. You know, it's practical.
And for him to say he would once we text, you know, talk
Right.
basically, that's a form of getting to know the person.
Right, yes.
So he can understand what she like, what she don't
Yeah,
like.
what she like and what she don't like, yeah.
Then he can create the perfect date.
Right. And not even necessarily a perfect date, but a date that she, you know, he could understand, you know, what she like.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
When
Not
I say the perfect date, I mean
but,
perfect
you know,
date for them.
Right. So he's gonna get some consideration to what her wants.
Right.
And
the only way he's gonna be able to do that is to talk to her.
Right, to talk to
text
her.
and
Yeah.
a phone call.
Yeah, and so like I said, it seems like let's continue and see. But as of right now, these two guys on the ends, they seem to be more logical.
More, I would say that seems to be better for her too.
Yeah.
If she's looking for love.
Right, and not just looking for love, but looking for
longevity.
Longevity, right? Yeah.
We have one more question for this round.
So my final question for this round is, why do you think most relationships fail today?
Okay. Let's start with contestant number 2.
Communication.
I would say social media for sure. Social media is like, it has everyone thinking it's just so much out there that it's not. And then like a lot of people are really just into the hype right now. Everyone is just so focused on not missing out on something, and they think that they're gonna miss out on something. So it like kind of tends to make people do things that you wouldn't even normally do or even really want to do, but you just don't want to miss out and you want to be a part of the vibe or the whatever scene is going on. So I would definitely say like social media is a part, and like just like not being present versus being just in a whole nother world instead of being where you are.
And I mean, in the root of social media, if it becomes a problem like that, is lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so communication is definitely, to me, the reason why most relationships end.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a lack of communication is, and I think statistically, that's the case. Yeah, I think if you looked it up statistically, that would be the case, or why most people would say that it is.
And contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I'm definitely going to agree on the social media part. I also think music has a part to play into this. I feel like nobody really thinks for themselves nowadays, and it's like somebody's favorite artist says,
"Did he just say music?"
And she loves music.
Like, bro, you about disqualified yourself. She done already established that she loves music, bro. And yeah, like,
but remember, he likes to travel.
Right,
so
right.
I think the fact that he likes to travel and she likes to travel,
that might still resonate, right?
It might still resonate with her because if he explains the music. Maybe he's talking about
popular culture.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he should have said. Popular culture.
Okay.
Which kind of goes along the line with social media. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, popular culture. People trying to be something they ain't. Trying to be something y'all ain't. OG two-tone. Remember that on Straight Outta Compton?
Something they're gonna automatically believe in and go through it, and I just feel like it's just not like, for example, if you go out, you're gonna see the same people going out. But if you look at it on social media, it looks lit. But if you see them at the club, they're just standing around like just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it looks cool, but if you're really there, if you really know what's going on, you're gonna be like, yo, it's not really what's going on. So I definitely agree. Social media and music is just jading everybody's minds, and it's not how the real world works. It's just not. So social media and music is what I'm gonna say. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore.
And contestant number 4.
I'll keep it short, but basically, I'll say lack of communication.
Yeah.
Finally, he gives a good answer.
To communicate when you're in a relationship, because when you think about it, you're gonna get married to this person. Hopefully.
There you go.
And
go to butter.
If that happens, things
do what you gotta do, homie.
Right. So the best way to solve those issues, those problems, is to communicate.
I can't believe he lasted this long.
I found like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I'm around, have problems with the relationships just because they're going to other people to talk about this and that their significant other did. And it's like, if you would have just went to your significant other the first time, you probably wouldn't have had that issue, that problem, whatever the case may be. You could have solved it in the blink of an eye, but because you decided to go to social media, like my boy said, or, you listen to the music and let that influence you, or whatever the case may be, it's like, it's not gonna work, even if you don't do those things and you don't have communication. You gotta have communication overall.
Yeah. I mean, I like this answer though.
Yeah.
Outside of when he said something about,
marriage.
Not yeah. I mean, no.
Leading
I
up,
mean,
no,
but
the
I mean, but
goal is to
ultimate goal is to
marriage.
lead up to marriage. When you talk about like if there's an issue, instead of going to somebody else, go to your significant other. Yeah, you should, but a lot of times, you might want to involve somebody else who's an objective.
I would say
voice.
if you try to communicate with your significant other first.
Yeah, you should.
Because some things can be worked out between the two of you if you just talk to each other.
That's true. Some things can be worked out.
But if one of the two of you, one or both of you can be objective, or y'all come to a, what you call an impasse, where you can't.
Yeah, impasse.
Yeah. When you come to a point where you can't, like for us, the deciding factor would be God, would be Allah.
Right.
Whatever Allah says
would
be our deciding factor. If we come to a point where we can't make a decision your way or my way, then that's. But I think what he's saying, communication, I think is good. You go to the person, your significant other first, and then if you can't, you bring in someone like a pastor or a counselor, someone,
or a minister,
an
or an imam, or even pay somebody who's professional.
Mm-hmm.
But an objective party to help resolve a dispute that both of you may be too emotionally affected by to make a rational decision.
Because that person can help you see the other person's point of view.
Exactly.
Without emotions.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing that I took a little bit of issue with, but I thought overall for somebody his age and everything, that's a good answer.
He did a good answer.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
All right, it is the end of this round.
It is the end of the round.
I know those are pretty good responses.
These are great responses.
Unfortunately, we do have to get rid of one of those guys. Got to eliminate him.
What's his communication?
So the person I'm picking this round to eliminate will be contestant number 2.
Okay, I'm gonna have you stand on over there. And contestant number 2, let me have you come on out.
Yeah.
All right, you can stand right over there. Okay, so why did we lean towards eliminating contestant number 2?
I think for me, when it came around to that date question, I kind of feel like it was not really like a lot of effort thought or put into it when it came to what could possibly be done. But that's just me.
So she eliminated him based on a date question.
And he gave a good answer. He said, I would like to text or talk to you so I can get a vibe of what you like and what I like, and together we can come up with a nice date. That has no pressure. So he ain't trying to smash. He's trying to get to know her. And she eliminated him on that question.
What do you think about that? Do you think that was a good?
I think she made a mistake there.
Okay.
I already think she made a mistake by eliminating number 1 over number 4.
Yes. That's what I think.
But this guy got something going on for himself.
Yeah, he do. I think it would have been more respectable if she would have stated that she eliminated him based on all his work.
Mm.
And
because his work gonna keep him so busy
and
eliminate the time.
He ain't gonna have no time for her at all, type thing. But type shit. But
you did it.
But
run.
But I think some that kind of borderlines on the superficial.
Yeah.
When you make a decision based on a date choice. But anyway.
She don't know none of them.
I'm definitely like a more outgoing girl, I feel like, so I don't know.
So
I
she
just
kept
like,
number 2
didn't really
because of his
resonate that
adventurous
much
spirit.
with her answer today.
All right. And then sorry, if you can remind us of your name again.
Andre.
Oh, Andre, you don't got a mic?
No, I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Andre.
Andre, okay. Well, Andre, we do thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He reminds me of my little cousin, Carl.
Yeah, I was going to say
okay, we are in our final round. Final round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to our questions. We do have contestant 4 and 5 left.
The fire is still there.
So what I would like to know is, what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, okay. Contestant number 4.
Spontaneous thing?
I've done a lot of spontaneous things. So,
she like that.
For example, I drove myself across the country, changed my life. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Kenya, but I moved to LA and I drove myself over there to pursue my dreams and my career. But I will say the biggest thing I've done was, I would say, well, I'm going to give you 2. I flew out of the country alone to London, had the best experience of my life. But the biggest thing I wanted to say was I jumped off like one of the buildings in Las Vegas. It's called the Strat Tower. It really boosted my confidence. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I can do anything. Like, I'm fearful. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fearless.
All right, contestant number 5. Let's hear from you.
Contestant number 5. Jeez.
But I mean, you could do anything. I mean, you did take a drive all the way to Los Angeles. That should have been an ultimate boost of confidence. But I guess that was a good answer too. That's spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
If you just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go to LA and pursue my career. So I'm guessing
what is his career?
I'm guessing it's rapping or making music. You know, I'm guessing that. I'm guessing that's the career that he pursued. I mean, most people are acting or something. Most people that go to LA to pursue a career, what are typically the things they tend to pursue? Something in show business, right?
Yeah.
Something in the entertainment industry. Yeah.
The most spontaneous thing I think I've ever done was kind of the same thing he did. Traveled a little bit. Went to Paris for a week, then took a train to Amsterdam. Was there for a week. You know, that traveling stuff and going out the country was really just a nice break from everything. But that's probably the most spontaneous thing. I was like, let me get my passport, start checking off these countries, getting these stamps. Went to Jamaica too, but
that shit.
Nothing compared. I was out in Paris for Fashion Week, so I was like, I gotta go. I need to get lit. That's what I did. Yeah.
Okay. What would you say is the most spontaneous thing you've done? Oh, wow. She's like, I wasn't expecting this.
I feel like I've done a lot in my life, but kind of piggybacking off of like them is just definitely being able to solo travel as well as like with my best friend. We actually share the same birthday, so we always travel together, and I feel like my times with her are just always so grand, and I'm so appreciative of the time we have together. So I would say like my times with her is always just so spontaneous. It's just I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and start off with that second question.
So my second question is like, what's a long-term goal you guys would like to achieve?
Okay, let's start with contestant 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contestant number 5. Definitely financial freedom.
Good answer.
I do not like stress. I mean, I know it's a part of like everyday life, but I know like me personally, I like to, have a good time. So I would love to be. I understand financial freedom is not necessarily like super duper tin, but I would love to just be able to do whatever I want. I just feel like I don't want to stress about bills, yada yada. So I definitely think a long term goal is to get myself good now. So in the long run, I don't really have to worry about stuff like like I said, I just bought my dream car at 24. I'm about to be 25, so that kind of lets you know where I plan on heading. So I'm just like I don't really care about the fun stuff now. Like I can do that later on if I just play on my cards right. So right now it's time to grind and build my legacy. So when I do decide to settle down, have kids and everything, I can do that without really having to worry about it. So definitely financial freedom for sure.
Now that was a good answer too.
Yeah, he sounds like he's trying to prepare himself for marriage.
Yeah, he got his shit together, man. And it sounds like he have financial freedom on his mind. He's an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? He's already made steps towards, towards establishing himself, and he want to have his legacy in order, and all that type of stuff, and have his money working for himself. By the time he just, so that way he ain't gonna have to work hard. That's a very respectable.
Setting it up so his money make money for him.
Exactly.
So he can just be home, be free to
exactly.
do whatever he want to do.
Exactly. Let's see what this.
That's a good answer.
Let's see what this other dude said.
Contestant number 4.
Honestly, I'm really, really, really interested in building a family because that's just something I didn't grow up with. Like
he hasn't shared his career, but he wants to build a family. As far as
intermediate family, I didn't grow up with a lot of that around me, but I have always had.
Now she asked what his goals was, right?
Yeah.
He didn't mention a career, not damn time.
Nope.
The whole discussion.
In 40 minutes.
In the whole 40-minute discussion.
That's a red flag.
That should be a whatever damn variation of red. Maroon, burgundy.
Because if she's asking for his 5-year goal or long-term goal, she's looking for longevity.
Yes.
But he said to try and build my career. He hasn't said what his potential career is going to be. And all he's talking about is getting married, building a family, cooking for her, Netflix and chill. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
He ain't really put nothing. He ain't really
nothing tangible.
Showing himself. Like if I was her father, and he came to me talking about he interested in my daughter, I'm gonna be like, hold on, bro.
You need to go back.
What you doing?
Go back to the board.
Yeah, what you doing,
qualify
bro?
yourself, and then come back and talk to me.
Yeah, exactly, man. You seem like a pretty nice gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But man, bro, you gotta be doing something with your life to before. Because my daughter is gonna be it ain't gonna be my responsibility no more. It's gonna be your responsibility.
Right.
So, I gotta be sure that my daughter is taken care of. My daughter is safe and secure, and all of the above. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like after having a discussion like that with young man, I'll be telling my daughter like, hey, don't do it. She might do it anyway, but
stage left.
Stage left, bro. But I mean, that's just me. But I don't know what y'all think. Let us know in the comments.
Like cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff around me, but ultimately, it's just getting to where God wants me to be urgently, because life is really, really short. And when you think about it, there really is no time. Like, there's no time at all to do anything. So I just want to do everything that I'm supposed to do, everything that I'm meant to do while I'm here. And I want to succeed and strive to that at the fullest of my capabilities, basically.
Okay. All right, next question.
So
his answers sound okay. If he's not trying to run game on her, he seems like he's just not developed yet, like a sweet guy, little sweet kid.
Yeah, like
that he's not developed
yeah,
yet. If he's not of the mindset of smashing, then I think that he's just underdeveloped.
He's a kid that haven't.
He's a kid.
That haven't really.
Then that would make his answer sincere and not on the other people's level.
It'll be sincere, but he wouldn't be equipped to handle that woman.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? He would not be equipped to handle that young woman. He wouldn't be able to give her what she need to sustain her, because she's at a stage in her life. You follow what I'm saying? What she needs, she need a man, a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna handle. You know what I mean? Just based on what she's doing and where she at in life.
Just based on her questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on her question.
She seemed like she was in the market for the next stage in her life.
Yeah, she might be I don't know, man.
She's only 22 though.
Yeah, she's 22, so a lot of times a person can become enamored with what seems romantic to them, know. So and that's what
at that age.
That's what it seems like it's headed towards. I don't know though. Let's see.
My final question for this round is: how do you like to show your affection to the people you care about?
Love language.
Contestant number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Quality time. Whoever I love is someone that I want to be around.
Hey, what you say? She guarantees
she likes someone,
picking him.
If she likes someone that kicks up on her, and she picking him.
Spoil you, treat you to what you like to do.
What percentage of women don't like someone to kick up on? You get what I'm saying?
She came in here seemingly like she was looking for longevity, she looking toward marriage, the long haul. She wants somebody she can build with, but it sounds like she's feeling him.
Yeah.
The here and now, have fun now, forget about the future.
Yeah.
But
if she's really after love, she would pick someone that's going to build her future.
She should have picked the
versus
both of them got an LA hat on. She should pick the one.
Honestly, it's quality
number 5.
time.
Yeah, she should pick the financial freedom
partner, because you can never know someone.
Who do y'all think she should pick?
There's always something that you're gonna miss, or something that you need to know that you didn't know, something you can do better. And I know everyone likes attention. Everyone, in general.
Like
so showing that girl, that woman, attention is very important for me, because I know without that, there's a lot of problems that can, that can hinder your relationship and whatever the case may be. And I don't want any problems in my relationship. So it's just quality time, attention, and just love and care, really.
Okay. All right, let's hear from contestant 5.
I think for me, showing my affection, like I said, I was raised a certain way. So it's definitely going to be, I hate to say it, a little bit more on the materialistic side. I'm definitely in tune with my affections and obviously being able to speak. But I know me, like I said, I like nice things. So if you buy me some nice things, that's my love language. So I'm going to reciprocate that to you, as well as a verbal and like reassure you side. Quality time for sure. It's just, I like you. I'm gonna buy you a bag or something, but that's only if you my girl. That's only my girl though. Whatever. So, but definitely I look nice. I want you to look nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it.
So,
all right. Tough one. We're down to our last 2 guys.
Our last 2 men.
Elimination time. Which one out of these 2 contestants, all of the responses really resonated with you? You loved what you heard? Whatever it may be, which one out of these 2 are we eliminating?
Who you think she gonna eliminate?
You dropping in?
Full stop. I think she chooses number 4 though. Full stop. I think
for me it'll be contestant number 5. I think overall I was kind of leaning towards the other person more, and just like the attention to detail and just like the intention of what you want going into a relationship and building.
Bruh, she just got finessed. What y'all think? What you think?
I think she made a mistake.
She got finessed, man. That man ain't even mentioned what he do for a living.
And she should have picked up on that.
He ain't mentioned what he do for a living.
That last question she asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That should have been the answer that helped her see.
That made him at least mention what he do for a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe he got some paper or something. I don't know, man. I don't know too many dudes wearing Starberries nowadays. Even when they was out though, they was like damn near. I don't know, you know, because maybe he's not a materialistic guy. I don't know.
Maybe he's okay with wearing the hollow jewelry. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's very real. Maybe he get it. Who knows?
What is his career?
I don't know. We wouldn't know. She wouldn't know.
I guess she's gonna have to find that out in there.
I mean, so I guess she's living up to blind date.
Blind love.
Blind date love because you really, really blind, like double blind. Not knowing what the man
this may not turn out to be a
I don't know.
Connection.
But hopefully she do reactions to this. Like not reactions, but catch-ups.
Catch-ups, yeah.
Yeah, she do catch-ups to this too, just like she does with the Pop the Balloon. Because I want to see how this turns out. How y'all think it's going to turn out? Let us know in the comments.
Up on with the person. So I think the other person's answers resonated with me more versus contestant number 5 today.
All right. Then
both great.
You can go ahead and stand on over there. All right, contestant number 5, come on out.
She prepared herself, and the way she dressed, it looked like she dressed up for the person.
Okay, if you want to
when
remind
she
us of your name
seen him,
again.
she gonna see he didn't put in much effort.
Okay, so you did end up eliminating him. Was there?
I don't know.
He said that you were like, oh, you know what? I'm definitely gonna steer more towards contestant number 4.
I think it was kind of your last comment on my final answer in terms of the materialistic. I love gifts. I love giving gifts to my friends and my family. It's also another love language of mine, but I think like that bond is much more important to me than the other stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's why I said I was like, I was raised a certain way, so like I understand my view is gonna be a little different, but
okay,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay.
Let's have the same love language.
Girl. Okay. So you did end up picking.
He laid it on TikTok. You gotta get to him.
So let's go ahead and bring out your match. Come on
Pimp.
out.
Yeah,
he got 4 holes in his
pants.
pants.
That's Bishop Don Magic Wand.
Is his hair red?
His hair red.
Sure.
With a flame shirt on.
With a flame shirt.
Is that like a stage outfit?
I know you said a lot.
No, man, that shirt look like it got a bandana. I mean, blood, man. What's bracken?
I just think
What's bracken, slime?
Let me see.
I don't know, the way you articulated things, like that's just kind of how even I would respond to some of like my answers I asked today. Okay. And also your view on like mental health and everything, like that's so important to me. I'm a big advocacy for therapy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's just my final Okay. I was just like, okay, like I think I'm leaning more towards this way, and I think like just as we went on, that's just kind of sealed the deal for me.
All right. So I see your day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir?
Mr. Money Man. I'm just playing, but she's a beautiful young lady. Yeah. I loved your responses too when she did ask you, some questions. I really like your vibe and everything like that. You have a beautiful smile as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay. We're real happy.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about this follow-up. Yeah. Okay. I hope we get lots of dates and we hear good stuff.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy for you, too.
Can we go skydiving?
Oh.
Just playing.
All right. All right. You guys keep going on.
All right. So, it's pretty good, though.
That was a good first episode.
Yeah, I hope it work out for, the 2 of them, that couple. Yeah.
I would like to see the catch up.
Yeah, I do want to see the catch up because I want to know how it turned out. But I hope it turned out good because, just in the final analysis, I think she made a horrible decision.
I don't think she chose the right one, but
maybe.
based on my experience, I would have chosen someone else. But I would like to see how it works out for them.
They definitely look good together. You know what I'm saying? Outside his outfit, I think maybe if she could like encourage him to select a different clothing choice. But again, they're young. You get what I'm saying? Like he might have thought that was he thought he was flicking. You know what I'm saying?
My choice for her would have been number 1 first, or number 5.
Yeah, number 1 or number 5. They would have, to me, they would have they were the real catchers out of the group.
But maybe she's not ready for that yet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But at any rate, so that's Big Aunt and Sister Karima. We signing off. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you like. Also, let us know in the comments anything else you might want us to react to. That's all we got for now. Peace.